Okay, this election is puzzling me. How come when we have, look at the 2020 election, we had 13 million more votes for Biden than we had for the Democrats today. We had 2 million more votes for the Republicans, for Trump, than we did today. Where did all those votes go? Oh, but this was a fair election according to Trump now. Really? About 15 million votes gone. Listen, I understand less people are happy about the choices, but 15 million decided not to vote. When we had record turnouts for the early vote casting, casting your early vote. And now the Democrats are saying they're not the party of common sense anymore. What the hell, Republicans are? Have you heard what they've been saying? Nobody has common sense in America anymore. Are you out of your minds? Sorry about this. I was supposed to give up smoking, but the stress from work, being off of work for the reason that I was off, now the politics game, it's a little hard to quit. But it's like, what is going on with the people in this country? I have no respect for most Americans anymore. Most. I hear the Christians talking. We need God back in our life. Well, when was God in our life? God is in your lives now, Republicans? Yeah, because you have morals. You have Christian beliefs, the love of God. That's why you elected Trump, the man who broke every commandment in the book. But you don't tolerate people who do that stuff. See, a porn star you consider less than human, but you have no problem with your royal leader paying one to keep quiet about sex. Listen, I respect porn stars more than I respect the politicians. I've seen it as a kid growing up. When we had like a strip club, Deja Vu's, they go fully nude, no alcohol, and they had a charity car wash to raise money for a children's charity. That's noble. That's noble. They're doing their part. And it was a car wash. So they're out there in their bathing suits, washing cars. Charity said, no, we will not accept your money because of what you do for a living. But they didn't do that to raise the money. Doesn't matter because it's of who they are. But you have no problem paying one to shut up about sex. You have no problem with a man. I won't just say politician. It's a man who pays for to be quiet about sex, or if they even pay for sex. You don't have a problem with that. When a man does something, you never complain about jack shit. But when a woman has anything to do with it, you degrade her. Even if it was against her will. A woman getting raped, you say, well, she should have kept her legs closed. Understand, it was rape. But a man does it, and it's like, well, he has needs. Listen, I've never understood that mentality. I understand sex. I understand the pleasure. I understand the thrill, the love of it. I understand it. I'm okay with porn. But do you control it, or does it control you? It's like you can watch it all you want. I have no problem with it. I used to watch a lot of it. Gave it up for the wife. Going back to watching more of it now, though, but there's a reason behind that I won't get into. But it's like, why is it when a woman does it, she's considered a whore? Well, Sylvester Stallone started in porn. Party of Kitty and Studs. Look it up. Oh, but see, he's okay. He's okay. Well, Tracy Lord, she lied about her age. She tricked the government. She tricked the porn industry. She lied to everybody. And then once she made enough money and she got out, she sued them. They took everything down. And now all of a sudden she's a great actress. She sucks more in her movies now than she did in porn. I know porn stars who got out of the industry. I know porn stars who are still in the industry. I respect them both. They do it for a reason, and that's their reason. We're supposed to be a country that cares about policies. What policies do we care about? Stepping on the immigrants? I know you like to call them illegals, but think about it. If you made it so that everybody could own a gun, any kind of gun that they wanted, but you had to wait 20 years to get that gun, you mean to say you're not going to break the law to get it? Of course you will. You even say it. It's like if you outlaw guns, only outlaws will have guns. Well, how easy do we make it for an immigrant to come to America? You got three options. Marry an American. Come here and work for cheap as a nanny. Or, or cook or whatever. You were working for the rich. Just know your role. Or you wait until basically you're a senior and then come as a visitor and then go home. We make it so hard for them to come over. What do you think they're going to do? We're supposed to be a nation, a melting pot. And yet everybody's worried about white this, white that, white this, white that. It's like, oh, you don't like Black Lives Matter. You don't like Latin pride. You don't like gay pride. You don't like any of this shit. Why? None of that matters. They want gay pride, have it. Be proud of it. I'm proud of being straight, and I display that all the damn time. But I don't pick on people who are not. I don't give a shit about a rainbow flag. It doesn't offend me. Remember that phrase? We weren't easily offended growing up? No, we weren't. Yet now a rainbow flag and a beer can trigger a person. It's like, we're supposed to care about our fellow man. That's the Christian way. So Christians, you're hypocrites. You don't care about your fellow man. You just care about ones who want to kiss your ass and do as they're told. Yeah, I said it. I don't like Christians too much. Even though my wife and daughter are Christian, and I love them. But then what else are we supposed to do besides caring for our fellow man? Make the environment better. Why do we have to pollute all the time? Why do you think we have so many hurricanes now? And yes, Donald Trump, yes, hurricanes are very wet. Ooh, you're a genius. You figured out the water coming over the ocean is wet. Wonder how you think of the temperature from the sun. Let's get that genius's input on that. Then it's like, we're supposed to care about the kid. You're pro-life, and you don't give a shit about the school shootings. Oh, our thoughts and prayers. Well, thoughts and prayers don't come in to the picture or the equation when you're talking about immigration. It doesn't come into the picture about abortion issues. It doesn't come into the equation about religious freedoms of non-Christians. Thoughts and prayers don't mean shit to you. You want to force your beliefs. So if you can shove your thoughts and prayers, they don't mean jack. I've seen in my life Democrats and Republicans getting along. They disagreed. They voted different ways. No one was divided. We didn't mourn the next day after the election. It was not until Trump that the division really happened. Oh, it started under Obama because they didn't like a black president. Plain outright. Period. If everything about Obama was the same except that he was white, born to two white people, they wouldn't have had a problem as much with him, other than the fact he was a Democrat. But their hatred shows, and their racism shows. But now when Trump is in there, everything was about hate, violence, discrimination. Crazy. I mean, crazy is the menu of the day every day. You cannot get along with the MAGA people. You cannot. It's impossible. You either surrender to them and do as they tell you to, which isn't going to happen from me, or you're going to have your fights. And they just say, fuck your feelings. Well, when their feelings were hurt, we supposed to have cared. Why? You know what I don't care about anymore? I don't care about the Christians, what they want. I don't care about the politics, the politicians. I don't care about the businesses. I don't care about our soldiers. Believe it or not, I don't care. Because reason why I don't care is because we were supposed to have respect for them all along, and we used them as a pawn. It's like only 1% of America, roughly, 1% served in the military. Those few glorious bastards, those few saintly people served in the military. And both sides are cutting them. Both sides. And yet, we got to prop them up during the election time, as nobody loves the military more than Trump, even though he called them fools and suckers and actually cut some spending on them and took money back from them so he could build a partial wall. And it's not even a good wall because people have climbed over it and the wind blew part of it down. So tell me again how they care for the military. If you care, then serve. Serve and shut up. And they say, well, why doesn't the military get free this, free that, free this, free that? Dude, they didn't sign up for free. I've heard of soldiers who signed up just for their college education and said, oh, I don't want to go to war because I'm against the war. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you're against. You signed up. It was a contract. It's a deal. You're not Trump. You can't sign up and then say, hey, I got bone spurs. No. And I'm supposed to listen to Captain Bone Spurs, how he knows more than our generals. And now he's looking at RFK to be in charge of healthcare. RFK, yeah, the guy with the brain worm. The guy who actually beheaded a whale and then strapped it to his car to drive it back home. The guy who ran over that hit a bear cub, killing it. Oh no, he saw someone hit it or he hit it. I forget the exact thing. But either which way, he picks the bear cub up, puts it in his car, and drives it over to Central Park to dump it and make it look like a bicycle accident. Yeah, a bear gets run over by a Schwinn. What a fucking moron. It's like, can you believe this crap? And the people are voting. They're so mad. And they have every right to be. They don't understand what to believe. I do my own research. Yeah, on YouTube, Twitter, and True Social. Yeah. These are real inspirational, knowledgeable areas to get your full facts on politics. So why can't we just admit that all we have to do? See, I can sum everything up. There's 3 things you have to do for whatever you need to do. You want to get to heaven? 3 things you have to do. Love God, love your fellow man, and respect your fellow man. You want to be rich? Work hard, plan, and save. Let's see how easy that is. You can sum it all up. And then you want a good country? You want a strong country? 3 things. You must protect yourself. That's your military. You must provide the people with their general needs. The general needs. Roads, police, fire department, mail, stuff like that. That's the government's job. And the 3rd thing you have to do is respect one another. You get to live your life how you want to live it. I get to live my life how I want to live it. I can't force you. You can't force me. Like I said, I'm a smoker. But sorry about that. But if we can't just understand that we're all different in our own ways, we're going to fail miserably. All you want to do is control people. Well, like my wife says, why do you complain about issues like abortion? If they ban it, so what? Because it doesn't affect you any. You can't have an abortion. Well, no shit, Sherlock. I'm a man. I can't have an abortion. Congratulations, you figured that out. So I turned to my wife sarcastically and says, that's right. I shouldn't complain. Just like if they want to ban coffee. Doesn't bother me any because I don't drink coffee. It's like, well, but it affects her. And if it affects my wife, or any wife, it affects the husband. So, understand this. If I can attack someone for being LGBTQ, then they have the right to attack me. Someone attacks me for being a smoker. I have the right to attack them for smoking pot. Is there a benefit to it? Yes, there is. I don't touch it. I'm not saying anything bad about it, but I don't use it. I don't need to right now. But still, if I attack someone, they have the right to attack me. And the religious are the ones who get under my skin all the time. Because not only do they try to control people, when they get busted in the same situations that they're attacking others for, a priest having sex with underage boys, well, there's 2 problems that they just committed, 2 sins they committed in the same breath. But hey, we're just going to move them to another church. God will forgive. God will forgive. But if you do something that's consensual, God will not forgive because it's you. The church raises all this money and they want to get involved in politics, separation of church and state, regardless of what Marjorie Taylor Greene says. The government will make no laws respecting or prohibiting the free exercise of religion. That means neutral. There will be no Church of England here. Remember that one? We came here because we wanted to get away from the Church of England. We wanted to dictate our own lives. The church did not dictate our lives. Yet, you want the church to dictate now. Then just become England again. And we stole this country. Except for 2 purchases. Yeah, they were rip-offs, but, yeah, but we bought Louisiana and a portion of New York, so those 2 can stand. But the rest were stolen. Just be honest about it. But they don't want to teach that in Florida schools because, hey, we can't say the white man done anything bad. If you want to go out and talk about how Indians massacred, that's allowed. Why is it a massacre when an Indian does it, but when a white man does it, it's a victory? It's the same thing. You killed innocent people. Admit this. I mean, it pisses me off no end that the American people have lost everything that they stood for. When I was a kid, we used to have fun all the time. And not only has upbringing changed, but technology's gotten better. That has gotten better. But we have more things that's illegal today than when I was a kid. And it was better back when I was a kid. But the things are illegal now because of the bleeding hearts. And yes, Republicans are bleeding hearts too. Oh, we got to attack rock music. It's the work of the devil. Some of the best music was rock. I love all music. All music. Well, except alternative and Marilyn Manson and Jewel. I'll give respect to Jewel. She's a great musician. I just don't like her music. But we lost our way. All we had to do was go to school, get an education, go to college, make something of our life, maybe get married, have a family, see the world, enjoy ourselves. That's it. That's it. Now kids are getting out, they might not even go to college. They're all going to be influencers. Influencers, what a crock. It's like, oh yeah, you're influencing. Here, I bought this product. Let me tell you all about it. And here's a link down below that if you buy it, I get a commission. There you go. There's my influencer. No. You're getting repaid for buying the product because you're selling other people that same product. Make this valuable, will you? Tell me why that's the better one. Or why that's the best. And how can you improve it? Give us feedback so how we can change the product later and make it even better. What would you like it to do? You don't tell us that. You say, oh, this is amazing. Now bye. And you keep the minutes short. I lost a lot of respect for Americans. If you're a patriot, I definitely don't respect you. Because if you're a true patriot, I'm talking a true patriot, you support everyone in America. Gay, straight, trans, male, female, Christian, Jew, Muslim, Satanist, Wiccan, black, white, Asian, Hispanic, Native American. You respect everybody. You allow them their decency. That's a true patriot. A true patriot puts people's safety first. Not the guns. The guns are a tool. That's all they are, is a tool. Do I need a hydraulic hammer to do regular woodworking? No, a regular hammer will be sufficient. I don't need a nuclear energy plant nuclear power plant just to supply my energy for a hammer. A gun is a gun is a gun is a gun. You can defend yourself with one gun. You can defend yourself with 3 guns. Why would you need 500 guns in your house? Every step you take is a gun. Why? That's not a patriot. That's paranoia. And I defend the right to have a gun. I don't have one. I have swords up the wazoo. But I don't have 100 swords. I'm somewhat of a collector, but I don't have that many. And as a collector, you can have that many because they're all in cases, unloaded. But no, all these patriots who are armed to the teeth, every gun has the bullets in them already, ready to go, locked and loaded, like we're going to go to war. And those fat asses will think of themselves as Navy SEALs. Hey, I'm not a ninja. I got swords up the wazoo, but be honest about it. Can I use it? Yes. But I can use all the swords I have. But, hey, not like the movies show you. Just because you have the guns doesn't make you Rambo. So get over it, America. You want to change things? Get away from the politics. Get away from the Democrat. Get away from the Republican. Trump is the Antichrist. Read it in your Bible that you keep telling us to read. They describe him to the T as the Antichrist. So if you truly love your Bible, you will admit that you made a mistake, ask God for forgiveness, and get him out. But nope, stupid you thinks God can do miracles unless it's to protect a woman from sepsis when she has a ectopic pregnancy, or when it comes to a kid going to school because he doesn't want to get shot in class. God won't do anything about that. God has his limitations after all, you know. God stands up to evil unless the evil is Republican. Then he's like, well, I got to follow their rules.